This week in the Imperial Valley, the Blue Angels did not disappoint, the Feds signed the DCP without the Valley, and Brawley mourns the loss of an icon. I'm Kayla Kirby, and this is your Desert Review Weekly Webcast. The Naval Air Facility hosted the 49th Annual Air Show of the U.S. Navy Blue Angels to the delight of thousands of civilians. Families visited military and civilian airplanes, handled military guns and rifles, purchased food and drinks from vendors, and took home memorabilia for their loved ones. Jaime Guerrero said he had been watching the Blue Angels since the 80s. He said, "We liked it a lot. It's a tradition. Now I have my kids and we will continue with the tradition. This was their first air show and they absolutely loved it." Donors of Valley Endeavors, also known as Doves, transported the Stockman Club in Brawley into a tropical resort in the Caribbean and back in time to when Havana was a high society paradise last Saturday evening. Guests played Monte Carlo-style gaming, winning raffle tickets for coveted prizes. Liz Machado, co-chair of this year's Monte Carlo, said, "It was a fun night. People like to dress up in a fun party atmosphere." Chairman Ryan Kelly and the Imperial County Board of Supervisors hosted the 2019 State of the County Address at Doc's Organics in Brawley March 14th. County employees, families, and friends gathered to hear accomplishments and struggles from the past year and expectations for the year to come. Kelly said, "I didn't become an Imperial County Supervisor to change the world, but to make this smaller corner of it, this oasis in the desert, a place for our kids and communities to prosper. But to do this, we must have a vision, a plan, and willingness to make a positive difference for the people of Imperial County." He then went on to discuss improving 3 key areas to make Imperial County prosper: economy, education, and environment. The Colorado River Board of California voted Monday to sign on to a multi-state drought contingency plan, leaving behind the IID and possibly the Salton Sea. The process was fractious until the very end, with blistering rebukes from the IID, saying the DCP, as it stood, violated state and federal laws. The IID refused to sign on until the federal government pledged to provide $200 million to clean up the Salton Sea, which has not yet occurred. U.S. Bureau of Reclamation Commissioner Brenda Berman and other partners said they support those cleanup efforts, but could not delay a drought contingency plan for the entire Southwest any longer. After a wetter than normal winter, with a great snowpack, the ironic part is after being pushed to sign the DCP by the Bureau of Reclamation, it might not be needed now, nor for several years in the future. A tragedy happened March 16th in the early hours of Saturday morning. A popular restaurateur was shot while closing his skating rink in Grand Terrace. Ryan Harsany also owned the artisan eatery Inferno in Brawley. Monday evening, a vigil was held at the skating rink in Grand Terrace, and another was held at Inferno in Brawley. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Office hasn't apprehended the murderer yet and is asking for help from anyone who might have information. Call the number on the screen, or you can leave an anonymous tip at the website below. This week's Desert Review Weekly Webcast was brought to you by the Desert Kids News, which brings fun reading for future succeeding to the students of the Imperial Valley. For information on these stories and more, check out our free website at thedesertreview.com. Remember to like us on Facebook and pick up our weekly paper at a location near you. To never miss an issue, a yearly subscription is only $30. I'm Kayla Kirby, and this is your Desert Review Weekly Webcast.